Uh, you're speaking on mute if you're speaking.
Okay. So business goal and its objective. So we are into in same domain one and continuing with the part two, which is information security strategy. Okay. So in that, information security strategy must directly support the organization of what? Basically the business goal. Okay. So not operate independently. Okay. They should not be like working with their own understanding. It should be with the try to they need to achieve the business objective. So security exists to enable business operations safely, not to restrict them. And also security control does not support business objective. If this control is not supporting business objective, management will not fund them. Security become a blocker. So why we are placing security? Just to ensure that system is secure, and and also data is protected. Because of that, company, they invest, they release the fund. Okay. If we are apart from the business goal, if we are not in the business goal, we will be able to not achieve the business objective. So that is why main focus is our business goal and its objective. So you put all the restrictions. If you put all the restrictions, then what will happen? The things will not work. Okay. So to make things work, we need to ensure that business process should not be hampered by any means. Okay. And in line with the security aspect. For an example, we have a fintech company and they want to plan and expand the digital payment across India. So the business is to increase the revenue by 40%. Okay. So what is the requirement? Because of the fintech company, which where credit card details are involved. So for that, we need to implement the controls, which is a PCI DSS control with the help of strong encryptions and fraud monitoring so that we will be able to understand what fraud is happening. This will ensure customer trust and regulatory approvals that will enable the business goal. Okay. So here, what is we are aligning to the business? So we are aligning a security aspect over here. If your data is not secure, so there will be a fine from the regulatory body, and customer trust is also will be reduced. So what will happen ultimately? This 40% of revenue generation is the business goal will be not achieved because of not implementing the control. So that is why we are aligning to the business goal. Got the point? Any confusion?
Yes, no, no.
Okay. So information, just 1 minute.
Yes.
So we'll be understanding deeper about the strategy we'll be using to achieve the company's objective.
Okay.
So this should be whatever controls we are implementing or whatever strategy we are using should be specific and measurable action that support the security strategy, which is aligned with the business need. Okay, security objectives typically, which includes the protection of confidential information, integrity, and availability, and to reduce the risk to acceptable level, achieve the compliance, improve incident response, reduce the downtime. So this is my strategy. Okay, so this is very much specific and also measurable. Specific in the sense like there should be some kind of written statement what you're going to achieve. If you're not specific and if you're randomly saying no, I want this, I want that, I want that. So if you don't be a specific or a scope, if you're not doing any scope, you'll not be able to achieve the objective by any means. but you can add on. Like today, you have some specific action, like action one, action two, action three, action four. Okay, this is what we are. So tomorrow
Mm.
you achieve this one. Okay, tomorrow you found that some more specific requirement needs to be added. So you add fifth. Then you work accordingly, and then you achieve this one. This is how it works. Okay, so that is what we need to say. We need to ensure that it should be very much specific and measurable also. Measurable in the sense it should be achievable. We have smart. Have you heard about smart objective? When we do
No,
a
no.
performance review, you understood this one? Smart objective?
And like we are going to create one, two, three, four achievable action item, and we are just achieve one by one.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So when we do HR, when you go our yearly performance is there. Okay, so yearly performance will basically they will give us a specific measurable task. Okay, so that task for us, for an example, in your case, they are given you the SOC lead as well as auditing. So in that, there could be sub kind of responsibility what you want, they want to achieve you. They want to for you to achieve in audit
mm,
also. They have given some task to you. So this is basically a specific task they are giving you, and also it's measurable. Measurable in the sense they will ask, okay, if you are trying to meet the MTD or MTR. So these are the areas where which is measurable. So after 1 year, so if you able to prove those or you perform on those criteria, okay, then you will get promotion, bonus, and all those things. Okay, so the smart category is been used in performance. So same smart category can be used anywhere. Smart means to be specific, measurable, and it is A is achievable. I think so. R is like T is time bound. Okay, T is time bound. R is I forgot something. So these are the specific word to it to achieve any objective in an organizations in anything. Okay. So similarly thing we have used in this. So they have primarily identify the confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and also they are doing a risk management where they are able to reduce the risk to an acceptable level. Acceptable level means the company is willing to accept that losses. So you need to bring that level of mitigation, that level of understanding in an organization where you're putting a lot of controls and you're only reducing the impact. That is what acceptable level. Okay, complete detail will be having in domain 2, I think so, risk management. There you can able to understand what is all about reducing the risk and risk management, and also achieving the compliance. Achieving compliance means you are 100% following the guidelines or whatsoever. You're following the guidelines of company, you're following the guidelines of rule raw law or regulations. So whatever you're following and it is 100%, that means you are able to achieve the compliance. And improve the incident response. Incident response basically any see, you are having all those things in place. But what if there could be any issue? That could be like any new technology comes up that can impact your data. So that is an incident. So how you're going to deal with that incident? How you're going to respond to that incident? So that plan you need to mention. That plan you need to make. Why? Because if there is an incident, if you don't know what to do, then your business is down. Your system is down. There is no revenue generation. Correct? So that plan should be there, whom to call, where to go, whom to approach, what are the things you need to do, what are the mitigation you need to do. So all those plans should be implemented in this response, incident response. This will help reduce the downtime. If you achieve all this is our target to achieve the reduce the downtime. So as a real world example, a e-commerce company, they set an objective. So their objective is to reduce the security incident which is caused by phishing attack by how much percent, which up to 60% in the next 12 months. So this is the objective. This is a measurable and specific.
yes.
Why measurable? Because of 60% and 12 months. So you have a time, you have a measurement, and Specific why? Because we are focusing only on the phishing. Their attack could be n number of reason of attack. Okay, like hash attack, password, lateral movement. Lot of attacks are happening. So here they are going with a specific requirement, which is called phishing. Okay, so if you're going with this specification, then it is easier for a company to adopt those strategies and achieve the objective. Okay, so to achieve this, they implement email security gateway, monthly phishing simulations they have taking place in an organization, and awareness training they are doing. So these are the high level of process where you implement to achieve this phishing specific target with 60%. Okay, any questions so far?
No, no, clear.
Ensuring objectives and business integration, that is business linkage. That means security and business should be plus. Okay, it should be integrated. It should be integrated. So security objective should be connect to the business function, such as finance, HR, sales, and operations. So these are all interconnected. Okay. So when you talk about a company, so there's a CFO, finance department will there who do the payment, take payment, release payment, and all those things. HR to onboard the employee, sales to do the sales, product sales, operations to manage the operations who bring the sales. Okay. So now in here, IT, they are like, you can say, are not separate, but they are given a privilege kind of thing. So that privilege is impacting the business. So that's why more focus is there on the security aspect. So as a CISM emphasizes, security should be seen as a business enabler, not a technical department. Okay, business enabler means this finance is a business enabler, HR is business enabler, sales is business enabler, operation is business enabler. Similarly, our security department should also be part of the business. It should not be a technical department. Okay, so that is a gap where organization faces. So to achieve those gap, to fill those gap, there is a security management. Okay, so this security management will interact with business. Like for this guy, we have CFO. Okay,
Hmm.
CFO, which is Chief Financial Officer.
Hmm.
HR is CHRO. Sales CS something. Operation C, whatever the designation they have given for
Hmm.
them. Similarly, CSM is also one of the designation. Uh, Security manager, which directly reports to CISO. Depends on the organization strength, what designation they are adopted. Sometimes they report to CIO, sometimes they report to CEO. Okay, so this is how the reporting mechanism works.
Hmm.
So to shorten the gap of understanding, because you are into business. Okay, we're talking about business now. We're talking about the strategy. We're talking about the measurable thing. We're talking about the specific thing. We are understanding business. We are the enabler. We are not a pure technical. We are enabling all those things. We are integrating. Though we are technical, we understand the business. We understand the pain point, and we integrating those pain point into our security, so that business is not hampered, and same time your security is not disturbed, or which is implemented as per the process.
Okay.
Okay, so as a hospital integrate security with the patient care process. So business, what is the business need? Business need is basically doctor needs real-time patient record. This is the business need. Security linkage is like they need to implement role-based access, RBAC, multi-factor authentication into the EMR system. This will ensure the record are accessible only to authorized medical staff, preventing privacy violation under the HIPAA law. So we have a HIPAA. What HIPAA says that you should have a specific to no authorized, unauthorized should be access should be given. Okay, there should be specific role-based access should be there, and to specific like role, everything should not be open. So that kind of requirement is there for the hospital EPHR. So you enable, you become as a security linkage and make an enabler for achieving the business process.
Hmm.
Got the point? Okay. So here you avoid the element of strategy, information governance.
Are you sick?
Yeah, not sick, but just like a throat voice, some like small cold.
Take your time, okay? If you want to stop, we can stop. No
No, no, no,
worries.
no. I'm okay. I'm fine actually. No problem. Okay. So this topic is basically it's a dry, you can say it's a theory topic. You will feel like bored sometimes because
Okay.
of business related concept. There is nothing technical in that, but we need to merge the technical and simultaneously you need to understand the business perspective also, because that is what we are dealing with the business. So tomorrow you meet CEO. Okay, and you go and ask what is your requirement, what is your pain point, what is the difficulties, what are the challenges you are facing. So he will be telling about the business perspective, correct? You will not be able to understand that what he is saying.
Right. Right.
You will not able to understand what the revenue generation is, what are the
Mm.
model they are approach, and what are the how they are behaving, how they are working. So that information we need to have, so that tomorrow when we deal with these big people, we should have an answer to them to say. Okay. So if
Mm.
you tell answer in technical terms, definitely they're not going to understand that.
Right.
They will not accept that. So you need to convert those technical terms into the business perspective. That is what CSM all about. So first
Mm.
chapter is altogether understand the business perspective. Okay. So this is what you can say the governance, risk management, corporate process is there. Uh, this is actually strategy, information standard approach, architectural approach. So these are the framework, NEST, RMF, and all those things will basically give us an idea how you can integrate IT into business. This
Mm.
helps into integrating
So, like, I means like security into business or
into business. Yeah, security to business. Yeah.
okay. There is one of question is that security manager interviews. They ask me.
What they ask?
They ask me like how exactly you are going to be integrate all kind of devices and where exactly you have put it those things.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So you will able to give you given the answer.
I gave the answer with respect to the firewalls and proxies and all data on-prem data sources like that way I have given the access. I have given the answer to the CTO.
Okay.
CTO understand about the technical stuff, so he
Yeah.
got he got it. Whatever I'm saying like that.
Okay. So what is the feedback like? How like what are the feed?
The first round is cleared. Okay, second round yesterday it's happened. I didn't get a feedback yet for the second round.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah. Good. So you're up to the mark. Huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you are told me, same manner, same thinking. I put it in my interview and I explained to the CTO.
Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Yeah. Good. So some benefit you got for these
Yeah,
two sessions.
definitely, definitely. Yes, yes, yes. My approach is a little bit changed now with
Yeah.
respect to how exactly we need to look for the security.
Yes, I got
Mm.
my I got it because previous also my student like previous session I have conducted in ISO.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing everything in firewall, like a lot of things. So he came to for my session like 2 3 session. He appeared, and then he started. His also approach was changed, and he started putting all those in like policies, procedures, and all those things. So he started writing all those things. Okay, then
Mm.
suddenly the CISO. Then he said, "What are you doing? What is this?" So how you got changed and all this thing? He said, "I started learning ISO and I integrating all those ISOs into this process."
Okay.
And then he said, "Okay, tell me where you're going, and I also want to join." I don't know why. For like he said, like for just like humor purpose or something. But
Mm-hmm.
he told that like give me also a chance to join that session. I said, he said okay, you can join and all this. And so I told him whenever he asks again, ask him to join free, not a problem. So
That's
why
great.
it is like, because why I am like making things into, because we are already into that thing. We just
Mm-hmm.
need to collect the business information and just merge it accordingly and then propose in front of them.
Yes.
So that is what the approach is. So I have worked in both the areas, and I worked and I understand all those pain points. So I'm directly focusing on that which we required basically at first
Mm-hmm.
instance. Okay. So it
Right.
should not be like after like lot of training and then only we able to understand. No, business we need to understand very well, like initial stage itself.
That never, no one is going to teach us at the
Yeah, nobody
starting.
will. Yeah, there's nobody will teach you. You just need to develop yourself,
Hmm.
and with the help of training like this training what you are go joining here, you can get some information and you can develop accordingly.
Right.
So they are telling you have another round of interview, like third interview kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I didn't get an update till now.
Okay. So
So I'm waiting.
how was that interview, second interview? It is
Second interview was good actually. They have asked me all kind of the technical questions like if you have the DLP, how exactly you are going to integrate. Then they show me the one of the architecture and where we need to fit the firewalls and such kind of the questions like and the way if there is any disaster has happened now like what exactly your steps and all those parts and. As you mentioned, like I told each and every things, whatever I know and what we are going to do, and this program also I'm going to doing that program, appearing for that examinations and all those parts. I mentioned that things.
good, good, good.
Hmm.
Yeah, good. So now avoiding common pitfalls and its biases.
Yeah.
So security strategies often fail because of a lot of things, like overemphasize on tools, which is like technical tools, which is very biased. Okay, we focus on very tech savvy, we can say, which is not the case 100%. It's not case of 100%. Like you can say like 10% technical is enough, and 80% you should be having your process. Okay, so the process is very much important. So ISO, whenever you study ISO, they 100% they focus on the process. Very less they focus on the technical part. Okay, because the process will itself help you to achieve this technical. If you don't have process and if you implement a lot of technology, DLP, IDS, IPS, firewall, whatever the fancy things we are, WAF and all those, if your process is not uh, appropriate or is not able to achieve the objective, then if you do anything, your thing will fail. Okay. So it will stop off the investment, high investment will be there because you're purchasing a lot of technology, lot of devices. So overemphasize on the tool. This you need to, you can remember when you have any interview, you can
Yes.
present this information saying that
Mm.
as like, you can say organizations or the leaders, they should focus more on the process and also implement those technology with the help of the process. So this is what you can emphasize on that.
Mm.
Okay. Then understanding the human factor. Human factor is also important because we as a human we do mistakes. Okay. So there should be a proper documentation, proper policies revolving the human factor. So if you learn ISO, then basically it has given a step-by-step process of all those things which we're talking about. Okay, so human factor is covered. One size fit all solutions. So there is no one size fit for all solutions. Every company has its their own requirement, own perspective, and you implement the technology, the process according to that. Okay, so for an example, manufacturing, they have their own understanding. Okay, so you cannot use that manufacturing concept for the bank is something different. So accordingly, you need to plan accordingly. So
Yes.
don't give one solution to all. It should be based on the requirement of a company. Then ignoring the business culture. We have understood about the culture. Have you uh, talked about the culture in the
Yes,
interview?
yes, yes, yes. They
Yeah,
asked
good.
me. There are multiple clients that we need to talk, then CEO and all those things. So I give the answer based on the culture. We will implement those security measures. We will apply some of the means like first we need to understand the culture. I talked like that way.
Yeah, good, good, good.
Mhm.
So you're on track, huh? Okay, then overconfidence in the existing control. Then CISM must avoid this. These are the bases. So these are the bases which we need to understand. So these are the common pitfall, you can say, or we can say negative impact. So as a real world example, company buys an expensive SIM tool, but no trained analyst, no login strategy, no use case configured. Okay, now one point I want to ask you. SOC, you're collecting the logs from the router and switches. So how the log is coming in your SOC tool, in your SIM tool?
How means using from the syslog filter.
Okay, it is automated integrated, correct?
It's
Automatically the logs is getting captured into the SIM tool, correct?
right, right.
Okay. So which tool you're using?
For SOC,
Yeah, for SOC, yeah.
yeah, it's Isaac platform.
I-
SIM.
ISAC, IS.
Yes. AISSC.
So it's automation. So one organization I visited, and their log is not automated. The
Hmm.
log of firewall, log of like a switch router. These are not automated. That guy daily is to run those commands to send to copy the syslog data from the router switches to the SIM tool. So you have got your SIM tool and you don't have automation. So you can miss tomorrow. Correct? Today
Right.
you copied. Tomorrow you miss. Day after tomorrow also you miss. It's a manual task. This is what you are we are saying underestimation of human factor. So
Hmm.
here the human factor will come into the picture. Why? Because we are human. Today I forgot, tomorrow I forgot, today you're sick, you're not capturing the log. So the same your solution is collapse. You invested heavy on those. You implement Splunk and all those things, and it's not automated. There's no point of having that.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, so this is what you need to understand. Then no trained analyst, no login strategy, no use case configured. So SIS becomes self-aware investment. The pitfall technology without process or the people. Okay, so technology is without the process or the people. So that is what we need to understand. See, whenever you do, that should be a process. It should be automated process. If you depend on process, everything will come into the picture. For an example, I'll give an example so that you understand more better what process I'm talking about. So once I give the example, then only you will understand what is all about the process.
Okay.
For an example, we have Air Force One in United States. Have you heard about Air Force One?
I heard it.
Yeah, it's a plane basically. Okay,
Hmm.
Air Force One. Okay, it's a president plane for United States. Okay, so what is happening? So this plane has equipped with a lot of technology. Okay,
Hmm.
a lot of technology is there, and a lot of system, lot of process, everything. Has. So why to defend president? Okay, if any attack, any calamity is natural, man-made, or whatever it is, it will detect those calamities and it will protect the president. That is its objective of the Air Force One. So this is the process they have developed. Now, coming to the point, what if this will go? So the process should continue, correct? You made one process where you
Yes.
have one Air Force One, and this collapse. What is your next step? What is your next process?
So
So, yeah, go ahead.
we will take all kind of the process we are following for the Air Force. Same we will implement for the new aircraft.
Yes, for the new
Hmm.
air. Now, what is this new aircraft?
Mm, we can take example of the client, any kind of the client. Other.
Yeah, I can take any other client. Yeah.
Uh, so
No, you now you focus on the aircraft part. Like, don't
hmm.
mix with the client requirement and IT. Basically, you can.
Okay. So we will receive the new aircraft, and no, I am not able to answer
Okay.
you.
So now this nuke aircraft could be anything.
Hmm.
It could be any aircraft. So any aircraft versus Air Force One aircraft. What is what is one thing which will give the privilege of this to this? You got my point. You have Air Force, which have a lot of equipment, everything. Now this is gone, but privilege is not gone, correct? And
Hmm.
you replicated, like you got one Air Force, like you got one more new plane or any kind of plane, any plane. So this airplane will become what? And by which thing this will become the replica of this one or replaced by this one?
No, no, I can't able to answer you.
I have told before also. We are we are focusing on one thing.
Process.
Yes.
Ha.
So the process will make this aircraft, okay, into
Hmm.
this one, which
Ha.
is not an Air Force One, but the process will make itself as Air Force One. So what will
Ha.
happen? The US president will move from this airplane to this airplane. Now, as per process, this airplane will become Air Force One,
Hmm. Hmm.
and this will
Understand.
be removed. And this could be any airplane. It could be fighter jet. It could be small plane. It could be two passengers flight and all those things. Because the process will define, the process will protect US in this plane as well. That is what they're making the process.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
So this is how we need to understand. Okay. So this is done. So the desired state. Okay. Uh, Desired state basically is, I'll just remove this one. So the desired state, which means what is you want to achieve, the target. Okay. So
Hmm.
the target is my desired state. Currently, for an example, you have basic cybersecurity hygiene or basic security, like you have access control. Okay. And you have access control. We have network segmentation, and an access control we already there, and role based access we have done, or BAC. So these are the basic thing I have done. Now, will this sufficient for me to protect the information?
No.
No. So my target is to increase to some level where I can achieve. I can say that I am 100%. We cannot guarantee, but we are able to achieve 100% as my target. So that achieving that target is called desired state. So you need to use those words: desired state, current state. So this will become your
Hmm.
current state, and this target will become your desired state. Okay. So the desired state define what organization want to achieve with the information security in future vision for security posture compared to the current state, which often include your target risk level, required maturity level, which is CMMI. This is a separate regulations, or you can say standard CMMI, okay, which is a maturity level. Then compliance goal, zero trust of adoption, cloud security maturity. So these are the few topics which is kind of advanced level where we want to achieve as a desired state. Zero trust is currently people are using zero trust, ZTA.
Hmm.
Okay, so these are all advanced features where we want to implement as an organizations. Why we are not implementing? There are two things. One is skill set is not there, or it is costly, and there is no requirement. Okay, wherever the organization they want, they are going for this high, sophisticated. technology. Okay, so this is what we need to understand, why we want desired state based on the requirement.
Requirement.
Okay.
So one more question. I'm getting something. Okay. So company, I'm in the one of the company. Okay, and there I can find out there is some cloud security will get hampered in the future. Okay, there is cloud security is not proper, and means like business is saying like we don't want such kind of the thing. So what kind of things we need to do? What is the desirable, means like we need to implement those things with the business approach, or we means like we will going to stop those ideas, or we will going to convince the business level to integrate those things.
Yeah, we need to convince. We need to convince,
We need to
and
convince.
yeah, and along with that convincing, we need to find another solution which is viable, where
Hmm.
company should adopt, company should invest and have a budget. So
Okay.
parallelly, you need to safeguard, and parallelly you need to approach to the business saying that this is the impact. If you're not implementing $100 now, if you're not investing $100 now with this product, tomorrow you will may lose 1 lakh rupees if you're not
Hmm.
implementing. So that kind of mechanism you need to show. Mechanism in the sense you need to calculate in that financial term. You
Right.
apply in that.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
And our duty as a system program manager, as a security manager, we need to ensure that even though we don't have a security in place for the cloud security, we need to ensure that bare minimum basic kind of top 10 OAPs we can control
Hmm.
through VAPT, how the people can get into the system and all those things. So that kind of control we can keep in place, or scanning the devices, scanning on cloud server.
Hmm.
This will give you the what is it, some kind of basic result and all those things.
Okay.
Though it is manual, if it is manual, there is no money involved, but that process you can implement to show to the customer, to show to the business, saying that currently we also understand that there is a constraint in the business, and in light of this, we have started doing this process. So
Hmm.
what will happen? The business will be happy. You say,
Hmm.
okay, we don't have money, still the people are they are aligned with us. They are aligned with the business objective that they are protecting our information system.
Understand. Hmm.
So this is what our approach should be. But most of the company, no, they will just raise the hand. They'll say it's up to you whether you want to implement or not. We don't bother.
Hmm.
80% we can say, 80 to 90% company, they don't bother. They just send an email to CEO, CFO that this is what risk assessment done. This is what future there's a problem with this cloud security. We are not held responsible for that. CISO will raise his hand.
Hmm.
Majority is happening like that.
Okay.
In larger construct, the larger, like if it is small company, CEO will tell, okay, go home.
Hmm.
If you say I'm raising my hand, he'll say tomorrow don't. In larger organization, this is happening because in larger organization, there are a lot of change management is happening. Like he reports to that, he reports to that, he reports to that. So this
Right.
guy will raise his hand. The responsibility is upper guy, and he don't know whom all he's reporting and what other stakeholders are available. Nobody talks, nobody knows, and all those things. In that conditions, we can raise hand. People are raising hand basically
Hmm. Right.
in terms of very politely way, and very specific to business aspect, not like generally I don't care, that kind of not attitude, but in polite way.
I can see such kind of the things in my organization as well.
Yeah, everywhere it is there. It is
Hmm.
like if something is not working, if something is not as per your thing, they will say we are not responsible and all those
Hmm.
kind of.
Right. Right. I did my work. This is the thing. You can take care.
Yeah. So now see, the answer for this is very small,
Hmm. Hmm,
but
hmm.
nobody try to focus.
Understand.
Correct. So if you try to focus the problem, you get the solution. Most
Hmm.
of the organization I have worked, just to, and I have seen people like they don't have work to just they start doing what you can say is uh, uh, what I can say is like they don't just want to solve the issue. That is, they want to keep the issue burning so that they can stay, they can protect their chair and all those things.
Hmm.
That kind of mentality is there in most of the organization.
Right. Right.
They don't
Got
want
it.
to streamline the process. That's it. That is
Hmm.
the whole objective. They don't want to streamline the process. Burning, the issue should be burning so that people will know, okay, this is the issue. A lot of things are there. Recruitment should be there. Product should
Hmm.
be there. This should be there, and all those things. Whatsoever depends upon the company to company and people to people. Okay.
Right. Hmm.
So we have an example as a retail chain want to adopt a cloud service securely. So the current stage is local server, weak patching, no cloud governance. So this is the current state. Okay. So desired state, what they want to become as a full cloud mitigation with the help of CI benchmark, automation patching, centralized IAM, SOC monitoring, gap analysis is performed to reach the desired state. This is what they want an output in long run. Got the point?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, so now we talk about framework. So COVID, governance, risk management, and compliance. So we have GRC term. Okay, so you must be hearing all those terms, GRC and all those things. So GRC basically it's governance, your risk management, and the compliance. Governance basically what we have our government in India. Okay, so same governance pattern is followed in IT also in cybersecurity. We have parliament, we have MPs, MLAs, bill is been passed. So you understand governance. That means you able to understand what we are doing in governance in IT also. Here also we also define responsibility. We take different responsibility, roles and responsibilities. We manage things, approve budget, approve policies,
Hmm.
review policies, and all those things. Okay, so take an understanding of our government process on policies. Same thing is being used in our governance also, but the terms, wording terms is different, but you take the concept from them. So terms of wording we can learn in the like as and things comes up. I will tell you what are the words we can use in the governance area. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have risk management. Again, we need to manage those risks. Compliance is what we need to follow the guidelines of various laws. Okay. So as a security strategist, we need to align with governance and risk frameworks, such as COVID is a governance framework. What do you mean framework? Framework basically an umbrella
Hmm.
under which every organization should be participated. So this is like you have IT, your risk department, your compliance department. So all those will get involved in this. This will provide a governance structure for IT and security. That means in Parliament we have uh, Lok Sabha and we have Rajya Sabha. Okay, these are the members. Here also members. So these are the structure, correct? So
Hmm.
according to structure, they all people are following their process. Similarly, COVID also they make a structure. Okay, IT people here, risk people here, compliance people here, and they have their own process undergoing. This is also done by Isaka.
Hmm.
Okay, it's a free version, I think so. You can download and you can implement in your organizations. Okay,
Okay.
so they provide a basically process. They provide a guidelines how you're going to implement the governance model in your organization. Okay, so and risk management. Uh, for risk management, we have ISO 27005 and ISO 31000. So this
Right.
is a umbrella. So under this umbrella, you have a lot of guidelines how you're going to do a risk management. This will help to prioritize the risk, to understand the risk, where are things are there.
Okay.
Okay. Then third is compliance. Compliance will ensure that legal regulatory requirements are met. Compliance is basically you are following the guidelines of anybody
Hmm.
which has been bound to be followed.
Right.
If you're following that, that means you are 100% compliant with all those guidelines with them. Okay. So you understood? This is a high level. So governance framework, there are many frameworks. There are COSO frameworks, COSO. This is and there are COVID framework, and there are NIST framework for governance. There are a lot of governance frameworks out there. It's up to the company organization, it's up to the management, up to you what you're going to propose to an organization. depends on the company's profile, depends upon the company environment. Some company they use COBIT, some company use COSO, some company use NIST, depends upon the area. Okay.
Very.
Similar to ISO also, some company use ISO 27001, 31, and NIST also is that NIST 53 or someone other number is there that they're using. Okay. Compliance is just to ensure that you are following all those process, auditing and all those things. So as a real world compliance, COVID defined the roles and responsibility in IT governance. ISO 27001 perform a risk assessment. So regulations like RBI cybersecurity framework for the compliance. So RBI cybersecurity framework, it's an umbrella for us for the RBI bank. So whatever the bank in India, they need to follow the RBI cybersecurity framework. And this framework is not but similar thing what they have spoken in NIST, they spoke in COSO, spoke in COVID. It is similar, not similar, I can say, but it is relevant. Okay.
Hmm.
This combined approach ensure the security strategy is completely completed and accountable. That means if you follow this strategy, GRC strategy, you are incomplete and you are accountable for that particular process. Okay.
One question, okay?
Yeah.
Um, Means like, what is the robust framework nowadays?
Robust.
Robust means like
RO.
efficient. Efficient.
Yeah, robust framework.
Uh,
So this is basically a generic framework. You can implement those framework in anywhere.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about which framework nowadays the company is using more.
Uh, in the sense like which area?
It's like I want to
Oh,
implement some of the frameworks, okay, in company.
okay.
So first I need to understand the company, or we can directly suggest like this kind means like COVID was their framework, okay, then we have a RBI framework, so we
Yeah.
can suggest such kind of the any framework or
Yeah.
uh,
So that framework, it's depend upon where the company is operating. Okay. For example, we have company in India. For we take an example as a bank. This are regulated by RBI. So RBI framework will be applicable here.
okay, this is for the bank, okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. What about the IT companies, service companies?
Service company they need to follow S SOC 2 Type 2 service
SOC,
company for
okay,
cloud
SOC,
service.
SOC 2 type 2.
Yeah, SOC 2 Type 2.
Okay.
So in this SOC 2 Type 2, basically, you have a understanding that you are reasonably well protected. This will give you an assurance. But now we talk about the governance. So governance is there in SOC 2 Type 2, but not very much in depth, you can say. But this will give an assurance that, okay, this company is thinking to protect our information, so we can rely on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So this
understood.
will give a trust to an organization. But now I want to implement a framework which is specific to governance.
Mm.
Okay. Then what I need to do, I need to check about the company's requirement, what are the clients they are having, where they are using. So based on that, we can implement those. So COBIT, COSO, they are this all been used in US. India, I don't think so anybody is using. But few of the concept we used, okay, in one or two area in our in India. Got it? Or
Mm.
any
Got
doubt?
it. No, no, got it.
So this is what strategy development. We already did this one, like identify your business goal, create the strategy, assess the current maturity. Maturity in the sense like currently what you are in, which is called the current state, and what you want to achieve is a desired state. You do a risk assessment, prioritize the control, build a roadmap, then secure management approval to achieve the strategy. So as a real world, a logistic company want to prioritize its supply chain. The
Mm.
security team develop a strategy involve asset classification, vendor risk management, network segmentations for warehouses, endpoint monitoring, employee training, then incident response playbook. So strategy support business continuity and delivery reliability. So this is the outcome of this. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the element of the strategy, vision and mission of the security, goals and objective, risk assessment result, roles and responsibility, policies and standards, security roadmap, budget and resources, matrix, KPI to measure the performance. So these are the element. When you work on this, you will be able to achieve those strategy.
Hmm.
So as a company, startup prepares this its security strategy as part of ISO 27001 implementation. So security mission is to protect customer data. Risk result is cloud misconfiguration, as you said, that and also insider threat. Controls they have implemented NMFA, login and encryption. KPIs reduce unauthorized access attempt by 30%. Roadmap 12-month plan for security improvements. This is your blueprint.
Okay.
Okay. This is what you're thinking of doing. You make it in a blueprint, make a document, and get an approval from the management, then start rolling out. Okay. Information governance framework and standard. So these are the standard they have mentioned. One is a balanced scorecard, BSC. So balanced scorecard is the process or tool you can say, which help us as a IT to understand or to translate into the business into the measurable, like in dollar terms and value for money terms.
Hmm.
Okay, so that means we are not no longer speaking in technical terms. So we need to speak in business terms. So with the help of a balanced scorecard, which basically it's a management tool, translate high level strategy into measurable objective across the four perspective, which is financial, customer, internal, process, learning, and growth. For information governance, BSC help convert information security strategy into measurable activities and KPIs. So this will also help us. They are helping finance also, customer and all those things. This also help us to translate technical terms into financial terms. So why to use in InfoSec? Because BSc forces security to speak the language of business, which is finance, and show how security investment and support business outcome. So how we can implement, how to implement practical, so map the organization strategy objective such as growth, compliance, and resilience. Define 3 to 5 security objectives as per the BSc perspective, which is aligned to the business goal. For each objective, choose 1 or 2 KPIs, target, owner, and data source. Create dashboard and review cycle monthly or quarterly. Cascade to business unit and link incentives where appropriate. That means they are telling you to map the strategic objective, okay, against the growth, the
Hmm.
compliance part or resilience part in your organization, and identify few of the objective, security objective you identify and align with the business goal. Okay, and then you define the KPIs. KPIs basically you are giving some kind of metrics, like for weighing some kind of for weight, you have weighing machine. So that weighing machine will give you the exact weight of that particular object. Okay, so that is called KPI. So the weighing machine is your KPI, which is called key performance indicator. So the weighing machine is an indicator where you can see how much kilo is the object, like 100 kg, 100 kilo. Okay. So that kind of KPI you need to measure for your process, for your firewall, for your SOC, for your auditing. So everything will be measured and performed. So can you perform my auditing process with the help of weighing machine? We cannot measure. Correct.
Hmm.
It has to have a separate indicator. Okay. To measure an object which is heavy, we use the indicator as a weighing machine. So weighing machine will give me an output of that weight. Similarly, every process what we are into IT, we need to measure accordingly and come up with the matrices. Okay.
Okay.
Then create a dashboard for every review cycle. So all those things will come under your dashboard. Dashboard is very much important, which you have a consolidated amount of information where we can show to a management. First, we understand and then show to the management. So when you have a dashboard, it is very much easier to understand as well as explain to the management. Then cascade the business unit and link incentives wherever it's appropriate. So this is how the infamous governance framework and its standard works. So we can use the balance scorecard to translate our technical terms, technical difficulties, challenges, or performance into the business
Hmm.
standard. Okay.
So, so that's how the HR is also going to use some of the appraisal cycle that they are using such kind of the tools.
Yes, they are
Uh,
using the tools. They are
mm.
using. They have tools. Yeah, that is HR is like basically almost sorted actually.
Yeah, yeah. Just
So
I'm
yeah,
giving such
yeah,
example.
they are
Like,
using that
uh,
tools. HRM tool is there where they use based on the
hmm,
smart process. So this is the process they use actually.
smart.
So yeah, so we need to also use the same smart kind of thing or some other methodology. We can use BAC. There are a lot of mechanisms are there. So based on what condition we are and based on what we are going to approach and what we want to try to convince the management, the
Hmm,
same you need to produce. So that produce will be done by the like different framework.
right.
Okay. Okay. So these are the example KPIs for the InfoSec BAC. Financial cost of the incident as a revenue, return on security investment, which is an estimated saving. So this is the financial cost where you can justify. Okay, then customer number of data breaches notification to the customer trust score versus survey. Then mean MTD to detect, mean time to remediate. So yesterday, like 1 month before, you have 90 minutes to capture to detect.
Hmm,
Then you came up to 50, correct? So you are reducing the manpower, correct? And
yes.
also same time you are investing very little time to protect your data. So that kind of minus you can do if something happen or some attack happen and data is lost. So that you can measure basically. Okay.
Okay.
Then learning and growth, like how percent of staff they completed the source code training, number of raised, resolved security improvement suggestions, and all those things. So as an example, SaaS vendor uses BAC to show that investing in the automated patching internal process reduce downtime customer and lower incident response cost financial. The board accept a budget increase when presented with the target KPIs and expected ROI.
Hmm,
So nowadays, if you check, there are techno function,
hmm,
techno function department. Okay, so they are basically your translator or middleman or middleware between your IT and cybersecurity. So we need to deal with these people. We need to convince them, and for this to convince, it is like tough challenge we will be facing because they know about both the terms. They know the business, they know the technical part also.
okay. Hmm,
So for us, we need to tackle this techno function company or department basically. So this department is there almost on all the big companies, not in the small company, but
hmm,
big companies they have. But why it's basically a tough for to understand to make convince them because they don't have knowledge, no knowledge.
hmm,
Okay, so that is what we need to understand. We need to first understand there what kind of knowledge they are having. Then accordingly you need to propose. You propose something else if they don't have, definitely it will not going to work out.
hmm,
I'm just saying no knowledge in the sense, not as per their job role, but as per what you're going to suggest to the management. So they are the middleware. So if you tell them, if you show them this is what we are going to approach, as you said to the management, they are not accepting to implement the solutions for cloud security. Correct. So you need to first explain them. When to whom you're
right,
going to explain, you're going to explain this techno function guy.
right, right.
Okay, in technical terms. So because why he will understand because he is technical as well as business guy.
Hmm,
So he will understand both the aspects.
understand.
This is what you need to explain to them. If you don't explain and if you start sending all those details, he will not able to understand and he will reject those proposals.
Yeah, so we have such kind of the peoples in our team, our
Exactly.
environment. Yeah, and
Exactly.
I was a part of the one of the meeting, so I can able to means like collect those things, relate those things. Uh,
Yeah. So most of the time they are very good. Good in the
mm,
sense they know about the company. They will propose you most of the time to shortcut, not shortcut, basically to achieve the efficiency, to minimize cost, and all those things
mm,
they will suggest you. So they also come up with a good idea. Okay.
okay.
So for an example, one of the company I went, I visited them. They have a lease line. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, where you have people to monitor. Okay. So we have different vendor, one, two, three, four, five, all those vendor we have. So I need to call this guy is not available, he's not picking the phone, my line is down.
mm,
All these things are operational issues. Okay. So this guy, techno person, came up the idea, okay, you will remove, I will remove everything. This all guy I will remove. Okay, I will remove this all guy and I will make one guy only.
mm,
So my 10 people I'm coordinating. So now I'm only coordinating one. That means 90% of my effort is reduced.
right,
So
right.
this is what you propose, correct, to the
Mm.
management. So who will accept? Somebody will accept this or not?
Yeah, it will be accepted.
It will be accepted immediately.
Mm, yes,
Correct.
right.
So this kind of ideas these people are giving. So this should
Mm,
be coming from our side, from your side, from me, from my side, because we are not focusing on business. Because now the business is losing money in managing these people. Correct. So now we are
mm,
reading business. Now we understand the business. So you give the solution that instead of 10 people, I will give to one person only. So I'm reducing 90% of investment to handle this people. So this kind of solutions, this kind of suggestions should be coming from your side.
okay,
Okay. Uh, we'll close till this ERM.
okay.
So architectural approach. So what do you mean by architectural approach? Architectural, basically you're doing a diagram. Okay, how the
Right.
process flow happen, what are the equipment will be used, where are the
Mm-hmm.
things you understood what are the architecture approach. Okay.
Right.
So this will define how the system, workflow, data flow, control centers, boundaries are designed. Approach include enterprise architecture, security architecture, zero trust architecture, micro-segmentations, cloud native security architecture, and all those things. So if something is coming in future, which is having now, such as AI, you need to consider this as well.
Right.
Okay. So the key component, reference architecture, blueprint for the common deployment, data classification, flow mapping to see where controls must apply, trust zone segmentations to limit blast radius, authentications and identify flow, IAM and federation, control placement, network, host, application, and data. So these are the components where we can use to develop an architecture and propose to the management or implement that process.
Mm,
Okay, how to choose an approach? So this basically depends on your business model. What kind of business they are approach for in startup? For a startup, they focus on cloud first.
right.
Correct? They don't want to implement heavy on the hardware.
Mm,
Correct?
right.
Networking, hiring people, managing networks, managing SOC, and all those things. So I go for cloud where everything is automated, SOC is automated, Defender is there, a lot of things are there.
Right.
So I will see and I will use this one. Okay. So this is your approach in architecture, or you use legacy framework or both hybrid. Okay. Then you identify the critical data and threat scenario. What are the data it's available? Okay. If you don't have any confidential data, you go cloud first. I'm
Mm,
least aware of my data. I just want to process kind of information which I have a website where people will shop online and all those things. So depends on the category of what company is doing. That is called critical data. So nowadays every data is critical actually. So We cannot control this kind of architecture. So everything should be incorporated into it. All the architecture should be incorporated. Why? Because of the criticality and the threat scenario. Correct? We cannot today we cannot say no, this is not required. Correct? Unless you have some kind of justification why it is not required, why this architecture is not required, why ZTA is not required, why cloud security is not required. Correct?
Yes.
Then select the pattern ZTA for remote networks, macro segmentations, and data center and all those things. Create a reusable pattern template for dev team and ops. Validate with threat modeling and architecture reviews. So as a real world example, a bank adopts zero trust. All admin traffic must use MFA, just in time privilege access, and internal network should be segmented, function, and payment retail banking. Result is lateral movement is reduced. Okay.
Hmm.
In case of compromise, become much harder.
Right.
So lateral movement will be reduced because I have a lot of multification, like multi-factor authentications. Every time it will ask ZTA is been implemented. So it will not trust anybody. Okay. So this is how we are going to achieve this one. Okay. So any questions? We'll stay
No,
on
no.
this session.
Cleared.
Clear. Okay. So next session will start on ERM.
Okay. Okay.
So any
Enterprise
questions?
management. No, I'm cleared till now.
Okay.
I'm getting some of the points. I will revisit once again that recording. Okay.
Yeah. So I will share you the recording after half an hour. It generates,
Mhm.
and then I will share it across.
Okay. Okay. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. You too. Bye.